You've been traveling wrong your entire life. No, seriously, you're probably wasting money, stuck in long lines, and missing out on the best experiences. But what if you could breeze through airports like a VIP? What if you could explore the UK without breaking the bank? Welcome to the ultimate guide to traveling smarter, faster, and cheaper in the UK. Let's make this trip unforgettable. Alright, let's get straight to it. First things first, visas. Depending on where you're from, you might get a free pass to the UK for up to 6 months. Looking at you, Americans, Canadians, Aussies, and most Europeans. But others will need to apply for a standard visitor visa in advance. Pro tip, always double-check the UK government's website before you book anything, because immigration rules change faster than the British weather, meaning constantly. Speaking of arriving, the UK has multiple airports, with Heathrow being the granddaddy of them all. If you like chaos and queues, this is your place. Otherwise, London, Gatwick, Manchester, and Edinburgh are solid alternatives. Once you land, getting into the city is surprisingly easy. The Heathrow Express gets you to central London in 15 minutes, while other airports have direct trains and buses. Just avoid taking a cab unless you enjoy spending your entire travel budget on one ride. Once you're in, the tube is your best friend in London, and cities like Manchester, Glasgow, and Edinburgh have reliable buses and trams. Want to venture beyond? The national rail system can whisk you away to charming countryside towns, coastal escapes, and ancient castles. And if you're planning multiple train trips, a Brit Rail Pass can save you some serious cash. Now let's talk about the best time to visit. The UK's weather is as indecisive as a tourist choosing between fish and chips or a Sunday roast. Spring from March to May is lovely for gardens and mild weather. Summer, which spans June to August, is buzzing with festivals and tourists. Autumn, from September to November, brings cozy vibes and stunning fall colors. And winter, December through February, turns cities into Christmas wonderlands. But be prepared for the kind of cold that makes you question your life choices. Packing for the UK? 2 words, layers and waterproof. The weather changes on a whim, so a rain jacket is a must, along with comfy shoes for all the walking you'll be doing. If it's winter, bring gloves and a scarf unless you enjoy feeling like an icicle. Alright, now for the fun part. Where should you actually go? London is the obvious hotspot with Buckingham Palace, the Tower of London, and the British Museum, which, by the way, is free, so take that. Expensive attractions. But don't stop there. Edinburgh's medieval charm and stunning scenery are a must-see, while Liverpool and Manchester serve up music, football, and nightlife. If history's your thing, the ancient Roman baths in Bath and the legendary Stonehenge are worth a visit. Nature lovers? The Scottish Highlands, Cornwall's rugged coastlines, and the picture-perfect Cotswolds await. And if you want the full British experience, don't leave without having afternoon tea hitting a proper pub or catching a West End show. Of course, blending in means knowing the unwritten rules. Brits love politeness, so a simple please and thank you go a long way. They also take queuing very seriously. Skip the line and you might as well book a flight home. As for tipping, restaurants usually include a service charge, but if not, 10 to 15% is fine. In pubs, tipping the bartender isn't expected. Just buy your mates around instead. Now let's talk money. The UK runs on British pounds, and while cash is still useful, card and contactless payments are king. ATMs are everywhere, but avoid those sketchy ones in convenience stores. Bank ATMs have better rates. If you're on a budget, good news. Many top museums are free, public transport discounts exist, and eating at local markets beats overpriced tourist traps. Speaking of which, watch out for scams. If someone near a famous landmark is trying to sell you a special tour, it's probably overpriced nonsense. Same goes for unlicensed taxis. Stick to official transport apps or pre-booked rides. Oh, and those souvenir shops near major attractions? Yeah, you're better off finding a small independent store for something actually worth taking home. So, what's the verdict? The UK is a wild mix of history, culture, and adventure. One minute, you're sipping tea in a cozy London cafe. The next, you're hiking through the Scottish Highlands or getting lost in a medieval castle. The key to a great trip? A little planning, a lot of curiosity, and the ability to laugh when it inevitably rains on your sightseeing day. I'll leave you to discuss in the comments. What's the #1 thing on your UK bucket list? Support us by subscribing if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.